Alright, this one's just gonna be a show and tell. No firing up, no on the bench, just a show of the Browning AM transmitters. Every one I think is up to T2700, which I don't have. But anyway, this or either the T2700, this is a Browning compact, which I don't even know the difference between the compact and the T2700. One of the first Brownings ever made CB radios. This is just a transmitter. This actually is smaller than the other Browning transmitters. AM only, and this one, as you can see, was 10, well actually 11 channels, 10 crystals internally and the one crystal there. Microphone that's not original. It had the older mic jacks like that, but that's been changed, and just a light. And again, the power supply was not in this. It got the power supply from the receiver for this Browning compact and the T2700. Similar to the Mark 4A, it gets the power from the receiver, the transmitter does. But anyway, this was the first, the Browning compact and the T2700, which I don't have. And over here is a lineup of either S9s or 23 over S9. The first was this, or the next was this S9. It was originally a 6-channel, and there was a switch there, and each light would indicate which channel you were on. And this one had Vox in it, voice activated keying circuit, which they got rid of after all the rest of them. All the rest had the same size transmitter, almost the same layout. So that's the S9 6-channel. But then they quickly came out with the 23-channel versions of that, and they called them the 23 over S9, indicating the 23 channels, and very little differences. This one, as you can see, it's got the dial pointer for the channels, and the 23 channels is, the channels are painted on the front. Here's another version, pretty much the same radio, except it's got this I don't even know what to call it, thing there for the channel selector instead of the painted on. And then here's another one. I don't know which came first, but the same radio, and this one has the hole and the internal dial on the channel selector. So internal dial, I guess that'd be a nameplate for the one there, and then this one's painted on. But other than that, as far as I can tell, they're the exact same radio using different colored knobs. And other than that, I don't think there's any difference between these different versions of the S9. I don't think there are any differences internally either. Okay, that's it for the S9s. And next we'll go down here to the Golden Eagle series. They started out with the Golden Eagle, and if you notice, it just says Golden Eagle. It does not say Mark 1 or anything like that, because when they came out with this first edition, it was just a Golden Eagle. Pretty much the same setup as the older ones, except they added a PA. I don't even know why you'd need that at a base anyway, but they added that, and the volume switch goes to the PA. Miniaturized the on-air light, where the older ones, it was that big deal there, and you got the small on-air light there, and the smaller push-button spot switch, and you got the internal channel selectors from then on. They got rid of that kind of stuff. So next, this only dealing with AM today. Next one was the Mark II. As far as I know, it's electrically the same. The Mark I, Mark II, and Mark III, just different cosmetics. Oh, and this one here, even though the lettering is worn off, this is the rare BB30. Basically the same radio. Actually it came with one channel, but somebody added the 23 channel selector there. And I saw it on eBay some years ago, and what I noticed is, even though you can't see it, they're rubbed off, the lettering for these two knobs said tune and load. And that really piqued my interest. I'm like, tune and load on a CB, a Browning? What the heck is that? And, you know, I bought it and ended up winning it for a pretty good price, too, because I think most people didn't know what it was. But ended up being a BB30. It does about, I think it's 30 watts input, and you get about half out. So it does about 15 watts instead of, you know, 3.5, 4. Just a bigger power supply and bigger tubes and bigger modulator in it than the regular CBs. And I do think I've missed one in between the Browning 23 over S9s. And before they made the Golden Eagle, they had the Browning S23 there. They didn't call this, you know, R27 S23 a Golden Eagle yet. It was just, you know, a two-piece Browning, the old infamous R27 S23. And other than the cosmetics again, you know, you see the big on the air light and the internal channel selector again. They made a bigger meter. Oh, and they also added this audio modulation light, where on the other ones it's just called an on the air light, even though it does go to the modulation a little bit. And what I found out is that bulb that they use in that light is in series with the high voltage, so it's kind of like a fuse. And if the light goes out on any of these, you're going to lose everything, your modulation and your transmit. On these later ones, they changed that around, and they added this audio light here instead of just the on the air light, and they still got the on the air light there. But as you can see, it's very, very similar to that. Just very little changes. And then this one, except for cosmetics, is very, very similar to the Golden Eagle series. So again, R27 Golden Eagle. They call this either the Mark None, because it's really, you know, got no mark anything on it. Or some people call it the Mark 1. You know, either one is appropriate, but that's the first Golden Eagle. Second Golden Eagle Mark II. Those are not the factory knobs. Actually, it had the same knobs as this, but these plastic knobs crack. A lot of people went with the metal knobs there. And the looks of the metal, I think, are better too than the plastic knobs. And then the Golden Eagle Mark III, same radio, just changed the cosmetics up some. And look at the big dial with the frequency on it versus smaller dial on the Mark II and even smaller dial on the Mark I. And then of course here they didn't even have the internal dial, and that's the BB30 there. So that's gonna be it for the AM only Browning transmitters. All right, bye.